Hi, this is the back end of my new vehicle. My wife and I have come to the conclusion it's too expensive to dine out, so we decided to dine in on four wheels. So I'd like to show you my combo conversion kit, which can be installed in minutes and uninstalled easily when required, leaving no damage or disruption to the fabric of the vehicle. I very soon discovered in the rear of this Vauxhall Combo there were no places where fixings could be installed to secure any furniture for a conversion. The internal walls are very thin plastic and the floor is a deep pile bouncy carpet. But I noticed there were four heavy-duty D-rings in the floor at each of the four corners of the rear loading bay area. So I made two floor panels with two slots, one at each end, to allow the D-rings to poke through, and then I was able to add small steel plates which were slid under each D-ring, each plate secured with a small screw into the floor panel to prevent any drifting. These two timber floor panels can be removed by undoing the small screws securing the small metal plates. These plates can then be slid out to release the panels up and away from the D-rings. Now, to install the cabinets, place the offside cabinet so that it fits over the right hand offside floor panel, right up against the flank wall of the loading bay. Secure the hinge fixed to the floor panel with the lower bolt set into the cabinet at the car rear seat far end, using the lower wing nut and washer at the base of the cabinet. This is seen only when the rear seat is lowered down. It is important to secure the cabinet at this end to avoid movement when travelling and tilting of the box when the drawer is opened. Next, pull the drawer out to its full extent so that you can see the small plastic plate inside, which is fixed to the floor panel. Turn this plastic plate to cover the rear transom at the tailgate end of the cabinet and force the plate to wedge slightly under the edge of the right-hand drawer runner as shown. This plastic plate prevents cabinet lift occurring at the tailgate end. The next picture shows the offside cabinet installed. Install the near side cabinet opposite in the same manner. Now, to convert the installation into two resting areas, install the transom shown laid flat on the back of the rear seat backs here in photo 11 with its four slotted supports. This is the first item to be installed for the extension of the cabinet top surface as a relaxing area. There are three small oak blocks fixed to the support base as seen in photo 11. These blocks must be located into the upper recesses of the three rear seat square holes entitled top tether. One of these holes is seen in photo 12. The transom is thus erected correctly with the offside end inscribed underneath behind the driver's seat. It is now ready for the joists to be fitted as shown in photo 13. Make sure the offside end of this transom is located at the offside square hole on the single rear seat behind the driver's seat. The four numbered joists are bolted to the far ends of the cabinets and slotted into the four vertical supports of the transom. These four joists are numbered to avoid confusion. You can see the number 3 on photograph 16. The two tabletop extensions can now be located on top and the foam cushions added to make two narrow extended travellers' resting areas. These you can see in photographs 17 and 18. Picture 19 shows all of the cushions in place. When dismantled, the transom and joists are stored as shown in photo 20 behind the rear seats. In this mode, the backs of these seats can be lifted and restored to their upright position for rear passenger use. If these seat backs remain lowered, this area is a sizable loading bay for goods transportation. The cushions are stored on the rear bed panels piled up behind the rear seats. Picture 21 shows one of the cabinet drawers almost fully opened. Number 22 shows where you can store the extra bed panels as shown by the sides of the cabinets. These are held in place by spring-held cord loops secured into the cabinet frames at each end. Just loop these loops over the little screw eyes underneath the underside of the tabletop extensions for safety when travelling. Now, I think a word of caution is needed when using the gas hob. I added later a safety stop to this drawer to prevent closure when the gas hob is in use. It's essential. This safety stop is not shown here, but it can be designed to your own specification. Always remove the gas cylinder from the hob when it is not in use. The cylinders are stored in the space below the gas hob, which has a small door to one side. I made a small stepping stool for people who find it difficult to climb to this extent up into a vehicle, and this is quite useful as it can be dismantled and stored away in one of the cabinets. Happy travelling. Bye.